Hello, how are you? You're on the Cesar Blue channel. And today I'm going to eat at the best steakhouse in Europe, the third best in the world, according to the list of the 101 best steakhouses in the world. I'm at the door of Laia restaurant in Hondarribia, Gipuzkoa, Basque country. Here, food is a full-blown religion, and I've come to practice it. After spending the whole morning walking to get here with a real appetite, I can already tell you that yes, I'm so hungry, it hurts. I'm heading in. Let's see what's cooking. Things are already going well when I enter the restaurant, because they have the super aging chamber where someone like me who's a fan of meat just stands there mesmerized, looking at them, analyzing them, trying to decide what I'm going to eat today. And then the dining room is incredibly beautiful with gorgeous views of the garden and the mountains. And, well, these kinds of sections with slats give you a certain, let's say, privacy when you're enjoying your meal. I have the menu already. It's just one page and simple. It starts with appetizers like anchovies, foie gras, or ribeye steak tartare. Then there are local products like artichokes or baby broad beans. There are also some seafood items like clams, spider crab, scallops, and carabinero prawns. They have sweetbreads and tripe, stews, fish, monkfish, and cod. And finally, the star of the house, the meats. They have 4 types, not 3. Specifically, the chops. Premium aged at least 30 days, dry aged 60 days, and the premium top chop. They have a price between 88 euros per kilo, the cheapest, and 118 euros per kilo, the most expensive. He also says he has premium tenderloin from mature beef. And the menu has already been thoroughly reviewed. Now it's time to start eating. The meal starts with these olives they serve you as soon as you sit down, and continues with this carpaccio, also on the house, that comes with your order. Marinated ribeye carpaccio with anchovy mayonnaise, and check out this flaky bread which is made with ribeye fat. And of course the wine. I ordered one of the cheapest bottles of wine they had because, well, not all of them are within my reach. It's a Baigori, a 2020 Crianza a Rioja. Anyway, this smells just incredible. Well, she told me to just grab it with my hand. Wow, how soft it is at room temperature. Well, what a carnivorous feast we're about to have today. Although I also ordered seafood. How delicious the meat is. What a flavor it has. And what a good idea to make this little bread with the fat from the meat. The service is excellent and fast. They quickly took my plate, and there are many waiters. And, well, the wine is good. I would have liked to be able to order a bottle of one of them. Much better, but oh well. These olives are delicious. Olives with pits, so good. I'll keep snacking on olives and waiting for the first dish I ordered. You can order a half portion of certain items, including the ribeye steak tartare. Here it is. This is the size they serve. Beautiful marble-like tableware. And they serve it with some cornbread rolls. Let's try the steak tartare. It's already prepared, so it doesn't take long. Isn't it typical for them to do the show cooking right here at your table? This is so good. These rolls are delicious, slightly spicy, juicy, and well seasoned. So good, cortadito. Egg yolk, capers, pepper, and some mustard. What a tasty intro today. So good, right? I assure you it's a spectacular steak tartare supposedly. From the chop, I'm surprised they use the heart of the chop to make it. They often make these kinds of preparations with the flank, with those muscles they discard from the chops when they put them on the table, when they serve them. Those meats are usually tough unless you cut them into small pieces, which breaks the fibers and tenderizes them. Hey, it melts in your mouth. It's very well seasoned. The cornbread is really good. It has a very creamy flavor, very silky. It doesn't taste like aged meat at all. I'll also say, considering that steak tartare is made with a leaner cut, maybe that's why I notice it less. Aging notes appear mainly around the edges, in the fat covering, and on the bone's exterior. Anyway, for now, things are off to a good start. Hey, nice tableware, I love the plate. Let's continue. So let's go with one of the roots of the menu, at least for me. This is a scallop with a briny cockle cream and an olive oil foam wrapped in sea lettuce, and it's a scallop that's been grilled over coals. Have they brought me the bread yet? Enjoy these shots, which are so appetizing that they make you want to eat just bread, right? But anyway, let's go to the Vieira. How does it smell, Guy? Amazing. I'm not sure. How do you take it? Let's see. The air. The cockle cream. Iodized anyway, I don't know. Do you break this or what do you do? I don't even know how to eat it. Well, as you can see, it's the scallop without the shell, grilled. I think that's how it is. The whole bite is a combination of all the preparations. The scallop, the cockle cream, and the sea lettuce. Wow, what a show. But what is this? I love trying new things. They're so delicious. What an amazing burst of sea flavor. Hey, the sea lettuce gives it such a nice touch. It's so crunchy, with a great grilled flavor. It just melts in your mouth. The inside is very juicy. Made with real skill. I'm never sure if it's meant to be cut or used like a spoon. So many restaurants. And I'm still like the first day. Hey, what a burst of sea flavor. I love the novelty, idea, and preparation. The bread is excellent, no surprise. Little by little, I'm starting to understand the fame of this place. What a wonderful dish. Wow, what's ahead and what I'm feeling now are significant. I hope you're enjoying the video. Leave a like now so you don't forget. Now, I'll move on to the next dish. I had to order the grilled carabinero. Carabineros amaze me, and I don't think I've tried them grilled before. This comes with a sauce made from head juice and grapefruit foam. It's been a while since I've seen these foams, but well, here it is. I don't know if I should put the whole tail in my mouth. It's pretty thick and big, with quite a hefty weight to it. The grapefruit foam is a bit bitter. I don't know what new concept this is, but right away it picked up the smoky flavor. I like the order in which it's arranged because I've always said that if you eat the head of the carabinero first and then the tail's flavor gets overshadowed, and you begin with it. It absorbed a lot of flavor from the grill since it was already peeled. I think it's amazing. Really? Wow, the head is heavy. Let's see how the head sucking is here, like the little cap, how good it is. A good scarlet prawn. It's pure flavor. Also, you can tell they cooked it in 2 stages. They cooked the head first, then the body, finding the perfect point for both. Let's see. Finally, the sauce from the heads. Well, it's tasty, but it's not my favorite. I like the juice from the head. Just straight. I don't know what they've mixed it with. It doesn't quite do it for me. The sauce from the heads doesn't really impress me. It doesn't remind me at all of the juice from the head. I don't know how they made it. I'm not crazy about it. Hey, interesting. The carabinero is perfectly prepared and cooked, but this sauce, like the grapefruit foam. Well, personally, as I always say, this is my subjective taste, and I just say what I think. Then if you come, maybe you'll love everything, or maybe not as much as I do. But from my point of view, the foam and this little sauce, I don't really get it, but it's fine. Still, I like the carabinero preparation so much that this doesn't compare. And this is the half portion of sweetbreads. It's a sweetbread with a meat demi-glace and lemon butter. The portion is small, but the half portion tastes great. But of course, I can fill up with the little chop because this is next to nothing. But wow, oh my, wait, they just brought me something. I'm not criticizing, but everything should have come together. They told me this is part of the sweetbread dish. It's like a bone from the animal's shoulder. And well, it comes with a bitter tongue with a citrus vinaigrette. How curious. Well, no, I don't know. The mastery with which they work here, the brasas, is immeasurable. I don't even want to imagine how the steak is going to be. I'm not sure what wood they use, but the flavor isn't too strong. The sweetbread tastes like sweetbread and nothing else. It's crispy on the outside, it's really well done, a nice citrus touch for Miglas. It's very tender. Of everything I've ordered, I could eat 3 times more, because it's so good that I'd say it's an irresistible urge to eat it all. Anyway, with the portion they serve there, I'm choosing the tongue with citrus vinaigrette right on the bone. Let's see how it is. It's not that they're very small bites, but they're so intense that, well, they don't fill you up the same way, but they're equivalent to a lot of food concentrated in a single bite, slightly spicy. I have to say it, I really like it. About the demi-glace, this demi-glace thing, I made one at home a while ago. I spent almost an entire day reducing and reducing and reducing. It's a lot of work, more than you can imagine, but the flavor from the bones is unbeatable. A little bit of vegetables, everything is concentrated, but I know it takes a lot of work. I mean, even if you just had a small amount here, I know that behind this, and I'm not just saying it to justify it, there's a huge amount of work. Although I understand that once you start doing that work, well, hey, you might as well make a bigger quantity, because this leaves you wanting more, and on top of that, since it's a small bite, it really makes you want a lot more. I'll continue. Yes, sir, here's the steak. Well, they brought it to me first so I could see it. In fact, I was choosing it myself directly in the aging chamber. Advised by the chef. And well, I chose this ribeye steak, 900 grams of Asturiana de los Valles, 52 days of aging. I love the presentation. It's unbeatable and the best steak presentation I've ever seen. The bones on one side, the heart of the steak on the other, and the fat cooked separately. It's a spectacle. I've also ordered the peppers, the portion of peppers. Here you have the piquillo. Wow, they look amazing too, and I can't wait to try them. I think they're cooked perfectly. What a presentation, I'm telling you. And the smell of the grill is incredible. A sharp knife, no serrated edges. This steak is a real spectacle. It's the best they had. The aged flavor isn't too overpowering. I'm going to have a piece of meat with a bit of the fat. Wow, the steak is so much better this way. What an exquisite presentation, really, I'm telling you, so exquisite. If it had been a ribeye, they would separate everything by muscle groups. Look, I'm going to tell you a little detail that they've never had, ever, in any restaurant I've been to. And when I've been a judge in ribeye steak grilling contest, I've emphasized that. And here, they've done it for the first time in my life. Masterful. Watch, I'll pick it up with my hand to show you. This chop has a tough tendon-like part between the meat and fat that no one removes. Well, look, here they've removed it. They've taken out that white part, which is very tough and ruins your bite. Also, you can enjoy to the fullest the bite you put in your mouth. That's a detail that makes a difference between this place and all the steak places I've tried in my life. And I mean all of them, I don't skip a single one. At Echevarri, it's similar. They serve it the same way, but don't add the bit of fat on the side. You can't tell if it was cut accidentally while slicing the fat or if it came that way. But neither the fat nor the chop have that white part I mentioned, which I'm sure you know about. If you love meat like I do, the fat is incredible. Do they give you the salt shaker on the side? In case you want to add a little more salt, I'm going to put a bit more salt on this part, although I don't think it really needs it. But anyway, let's try the difference. It's really well cooked. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Grilled, it's even better with a little more salt. The peppers, masterful, really masterful, I can tell, but the portion is small. Ordering a larger chop for a group means each person gets just 2 peppers. Notice how it's cooked. There are likely already many comments saying it's raw, and no one mentioned the steak tartare. This is usually eaten like this, but nobody is forcing you. You can choose how well done you want it. As you get to the center, it's even more tender. Is it a show overall? How do they serve you the chop? How do you choose it? Do they bring it here or is it in the fridge? In the end, it's all about the show, father. But there are things to mention. This piece of fat, what do we do with it? Well, it has its weight and you're going to pay for it. I don't get why restaurants still do this. Why not clean the chop better? Who even eats all this fat? I always try it because on the outside part of the fat is where there's the most aging or aged flavor. But actually, it's delicious, really delicious. But of course, you're paying more than 100 euros per kilo for this fat, right? Spain is becoming a very big importer of Kobe. It's considered disrespectful in Japan to put this amount of fat on a plate, and no restaurant serving Kobe in Spain gives you the leftover fat. They all cut it off. Let's see when we learn. If needed, we'll charge more. I think this is unnecessary, and if I don't say so, I'll explode. And I'm sorry for him. Restaurants UK. For those who disagree, this is just my opinion. If you charge me a bit more and serve what I want, that's fine. There's no problem, right? We pay every time we eat. Iberian ham. An Iberian ham is used about 50% more or less because it gets trimmed a lot. To serve it, much of the fat is removed. Each slice still has some fat, like the steak here, right? But what do you think if they leave the leftover fat on your plate, also right there on the side, so you can leave it there? Sorry if I sound rude, but just as I say when something is delicious and well prepared, I'll also tell you when it's not. The plate isn't a hot plate that keeps cooking your meat. The whole experience itself is incredible, but for me that detail takes away a bit from the quality. I insist, I've been to Japan, I've been to several places eating jove, and they're going to beat us by making it so clean while we do it like this. I would change this, you know? And do you know what would happen? The same amount of meat would still be sold. Look, the one that's 120 euros per kilo, which I think this costs, also spends 130 and 140 euros. I understand they do it either for a special occasion, like me, or because they can afford to come anytime, which I can't. They don't care about 20 euros more or less. But aside from that, everything else is a 10. I'm regretting it. I should have ordered another better wine. Let's go to this part of the bone, to suck on it, to leave it clean. What delicious meat. All of this also depends a lot on the day you sell, without a doubt. These are unique pieces. The chop changes frequently. One day it's better, another day it's different. They are unique specimens. In terms of technique, perfect execution, truly perfect execution. Of all the dishes, the attention is unbeatable. The setting where you're eating here, with this terrace, with these views, is unbeatable. The peppers, like I said, are very good. The portion is a bit small, but this little sweet touch they have since they're candied is the best side dish I know for a steak. By far. Remember to make the most of this part, no shame at all. You can grab this with your hand, no problem. You have to eat this right away, because since it's already sliced, it's true that it loses its temperature faster. This is ideal to order for 2 people. In fact, if there were several of us and we ordered several chops, I would always order them one at a time, because that's the way to eat them, all nice and hot. If you visit with a group and order multiple chops to compare, you'll need to eat quickly or the food will get cold. And well, the ribeye has more muscles, so you get more textures to try and more flavor. The sirloin ages better because the cut is smaller. It isn't extremely aged. You don't notice a strong aging flavor, although keep in mind that aging isn't done to add flavors to the meat. If you think that, let me tell you that you're mistaken. Aging is done to tenderize the meat, and as a result of that dry aging process, the meat develops some secondary flavors that don't actually come from the meat itself, but from the molds in the aging chambers. The intensity of flavor in each bite also increases because the meat gets quite dehydrated and dries out, and as it dries, the flavors of the meat itself become more concentrated. I think this just finished. Let's move on to the desserts. Here are the desserts I've chosen, starting with the molten chocolate cake with hazelnut ice cream. Oh my, how does this look? It seems like it's about to explode inside at any moment. And I've also ordered this flan, which comes on this beautiful little plate, accompanied, of course, by a caramel and salt foam. And I've also ordered a wine for dessert. Yes, I've really wanted the Pedro Jimenez Pandorga 2024, which, mind you, costs 20 euros a glass. Oh my goodness, I've really wanted the Moscatel, because I really like Moscatel. I'm starting with the liquid cake. Whoa, how does it melt? They offered me, wow, look at that, what a liquid. They offered to change my ice cream. Because they saw me recording and said, his ice cream has already melted. I said, hey, it's my fault, don't worry. I've already told you, the service here is extremely attentive. This is incredible, what an amazing texture. Wow, what a coolant. Oh my goodness, it's amazing, it reminds me. Listen to what I'm telling you, now that I'm at a grill house, and I think I've already been to Savory 3 times. They also have a dessert which is an amazing coulant, and it reminds me, in terms of how it's made, of the one there. There are coulants and then there are coulants. This is one of the latter, like Vesper says in a James Bond movie. There are suits and there are suits, this is the latter. You can tell what she means more by her tone than her words, but this coulant is top level. The hazelnut ice cream is really good, slightly melted but delicious and pure hazelnut. Oh my goodness, how are the desserts today? And shall we try the little flan? The foam has settled a bit, but I'm going to dig in first. Let's see, how's the salted caramel foam? That's odd, I'm not that interested. So how's the wine? Also 20 euros for a glass? I love Muscat wines. It feels pricey, but I guess the bottle is expensive. I paid 20 euros for the wine and 22 for the bottle. Draw your own conclusions. Look at the flan. What's its texture like? How does the spoon go through? I haven't tried the flan test since it's so soft and I might break the dish. What a texture. The flan test is dropping it to see the spoon's result. If it stays on the spoon, it's very firm. If it tilts or falls, it's not. That way, well, it's a flan with top-tier texture. What an impressive flan! Making one with this texture must be tough, because they charge a good price when they get it right. But of course, it's one of the most delicious bites I've ever had for dessert. A well-made flan is a top-tier dessert. And that happens with many other things, right? Yes, sometimes you say, well, a potato omelette. Wait, there are potato omelettes that are worth a trip, and it's a simple recipe, right? I always say, standing out is in simplicity. One of the hardest things there is. Anyway, this has been all my food today here at Laia, the best meat restaurant in Europe. I can't say if it's the best in Europe, because I haven't been all over Europe trying every steakhouse, every meat grill restaurant. It wouldn't be fair to say it's better than places I haven't been, but it's one of the best I've visited in Spain. 100% highly recommended experience. Hey, well, for a special day like today for me, a day I know I won't forget, I really enjoyed it a lot. If you liked it too and you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a big super like and subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on the full notification bell so you get alerts when there are new videos on the channel. And that's all from here, from Laia, the best steakhouse in Europe. Your friend Cesar Blue says goodbye. Until the next restaurant, goodbye.